Welcome to the Old Boy in Georgia Guitar and More. Another exciting video here. Going to get into a video about the Affinity Telecaster I just worked on. But before I do that, I happen to have this one here on the bench. Show you some of the things you get into with some of these acoustic guitars. The bridge came off of this thing. And the reason, as you can see, how the top is bellied, bowed out, and then not only that, but the bridge plate under there is completely split underneath the strip, where your pins go in. So anyway, that was just happened to be sitting here. But that's what I'm into with that. And it's a $100 guitar. I don't know that it's worth trying to get that straightened out on it or not. But what we're going to work on is I've got that Affinity Tele, and it's got the stock pickups. And they're okay, but they're nothing really great. But I have these out of a standard, which is a little better, higher output pickup. They're an Eco 2s, I think, maybe 5s, I'm not sure, but they're not the ceramic pickups, but they've got more output. We'll measure them, but I'm gonna change them and put them in the Tele. So let me move all this stuff and we'll get going on it. Okay, got that everything moved around here a little bit. This top loader bridge, I'm not, I just put new strings on this thing. I think with this top loader bridge, I'm going to be able just to, I've loosened the strings off. I'm just be able to take I think it's like 5 screws that hold that on, take that off, be able to reach in and change the pickup without, having to remove the strings, doing all that. I'm going to try that. If it was a string through body, it'd be a different story. While I got that moved out of the way, I'll probably go ahead, change out the neck pickup in the process. Okay, you got the bridge off, got it moved over out of the way, got the pick guard off. Let me see if I can move this just slightly. Okay. Try to get it where everybody can see the whole project. So we got the neck pickup. Something to take note of, that this Affinity is actually routed out to where you can put a humbucker in the neck position. So that's interesting if anybody wanted to do that. So anyway, that's that. I'll go ahead and try to get this one out. Now they've got this set in here. Well, it's got the, I'm going to move my hand where you can see. It's got the ceramic magnet on it, but they've also got a piece of foam on the bottom to use as a spacer. Okay, that's where This pickup is not got the magnet on the bottom, so that you don't have all this room, to space that. So what I'm going to use on that is I have some of these little rubber pieces that go in there. So I'll put them on the bottom and use that to adjust the height. So I'm going to go ahead and unsolder this one and probably go ahead and unsolder the bridge, and you can see how it's made. Got the wax in there, kind of how it's made versus versus this pickup here. Quite a bit of difference. So let me get everything unsoldered, and we'll kind of get back at it. Okay, I took the bridge pickup out, and something interesting that I've never seen before is once I got it out and got to looking at it, and I hope the camera will show this, there's pieces of spring. All these are pieces of spring that are all in here around this pickup. Okay. Yeah, there was four pieces of the spring there around the stuck to the side of the pickup. That's a new one on me. I've never seen that before. Usually it's when you take these old guitars apart that's been around a while that you find all the interesting stuff inside of them, but that's kind of that's a new one on me. That's the first time I've seen that, which it wasn't hurting anything, but that was just what it was. So got the bridge pickup out. I'll go ahead and get this one put back in. I may go ahead and get this neck put back in first. I hadn't even taken it loose over here yet, so I'll do that, and we'll get it going. All right, we're into the final deal here. We're just doing the soldering the ends back, the wires back on the correct terminals here. Getting done with that. Got both of the new pickups put in. That ought to make things a whole lot. These pickups ought to sound a good bit better than what was on it originally. I mean, they weren't bad. I mean, they weren't bad, but they was, we can do a little better. Since I had them laying around, I thought, why not go ahead and put them on there since we already had them. So we got that done. So I'll put the control cavity back in. Shouldn't be nothing touching, no problems that way. Simple enough. And I'll try to check. We'll check. I know in that last video I said what the DC resistance was on those pickups, and it wasn't really a whole lot. We'll check these and see what they are versus that. But I had these in the standard Tele that I've got, and I put the Earl Slick pickups in it. and which were a step above these. These are a step above the ones that was in here. So, you know, it's still an upgrade, even though. So, let me get my meter set up and everything, and we'll check these things and see what they say. Okay, I'm got the bridge pickup that I took out. I've got it up here. I can get a reading on it. Well, it's not wanting to stay steady. 4.24. 4.24. That was the Affinity stock pickup in the neck. I may have said bridge, in the neck. Okay, this 7.12 is the neck pickup. So we went from 424 to 712 as far as DC resistance in the neck. Okay, let's do the bridge. This is the standard pickup, the one that I just put in. And it's showing a 657, 658. 658, okay. We'll check the one that came out to see what it is. A 3.69. So, you know, as far as if you want to rate a pickup by output, by DC resistance, the ones that I put in are going to be a whole lot stronger, a whole lot higher output if you can, which it don't always work that way, but in this case, so that's just a quick little deal, something I was doing between everything else, I kind of had to quit on the acoustic. Sometimes you just gotta quit, but I hadn't screwed the pick guard back down yet, because I've got to fool with the height on these pickups and get them just right. So, you know, I'll have to keep removing that to get that. But that's another upgrade to this thing. I mean, we've got a real good setup on it. We've got I done the frets and set everything up in the other videos. But that's just another step in a little upgrade. So I'd say, maybe about the next thing we may do is we may upgrade these saddles at some point. So I don't know when that'll be. Like I say, I got other stuff to do, so we'll see. So anyway, that's just a little thing on changing the pickups. Maybe that's not too boring, and appreciate everybody's comments, subscribing, and if you hadn't subscribed, I'd like for you to consider subscribing and see what else we can get into, and spank my ugly muff over here. And but we got quite a bit of stuff to do coming up, so that was just a little quick video. But until the next time, see you.